Let's see what he has to say. Because fuck me, it feels so fucking dead. It feels so bad. God, we're going to be playing Guild Wars 2 like 50 years from now, aren't we? Jesus.
We started this video like I've redone this video. I've restarted this video like 3 different times in the last 30 minutes. I get several minutes in and I'm like, no, that sounds rubbish. I need to restart it because I'm not getting my point across successfully. And at the end of the day, I just, you know what? I figured I don't care. I'm just gonna speak to you guys like I've done in the past. The MMO genre right now is in probably the worst state it has ever been in.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This man is on the other side of the aisle from me. I sit here with all these Western MMO games focusing on gameplay and combat and lore, and this man is on the Asian MMO. Everyone's in a tight, skimpy dress, and it is terrifying for me to look over from my pile of shit and see this man saying this. Because I'm looking over the fence and the grass is starting to look a lot greener over there. And he's saying this? Oh man. I'm scared. I'm terrified now.
And it is really disheartening to see. Grand Saga failed horrifically and shut down within, what, like 2 months of release. Odin Valhalla Rising released, everyone disliked that. Harrisland released, everyone abandoned that like day 1 after the time-gated content, after it felt legitimately like World of Warcraft but for mobile. Road and Liberty launched. Most of the MMO community disliked that. We had the Chrono Odyssey beta most recently, and that left a lot of people
what a shit show.
Very, very disappointed, and that disappointment was entirely warranted. I felt the same way, and it's just, earlier today, as an example, this is what spawned this entire thing, this entire video. Earlier today, I posted a video. It was just a few hours ago, actually. It was on Bellator. This is a medieval action, upcoming 2026, fully PC, maybe console, cross-platform MMO. No mobile functionality at all. We saw a trailer detailing combat. We saw the trailer, the dev diaries specifically documenting all the different stages of development.
I've heard about Bellators, but I haven't looked into it. Is there any hope there at all? Or is this just another one of those games where it's like, you look at it and you're like, oh fuck, this is dead in a month. I don't know if it's going to be good or not. I know nothing about Bellators. I'm almost scared to look.
All these different things they're including in it and improving before release, because it is scheduled for 2026. I have a beta coming in like this month, at the end of the month. And the comment section, not just for this video, but for videos I've done on 3 different MMOs that are coming that nobody really knew about, and even my Chrono Odyssey and Mrs. Sticks, my wife's Chrono Odyssey video. Let me read to you some of these comments. We still hoping for a good MMORPG. We won't get one. We will not get one. Sure, the next MMO, yes. Let's hope it's not another scam. After playing Chrono Odyssey and seeing trailers versus gameplay, I'm never going to be excited for a game I haven't touched yet.
These people are where I was 5 years ago. I don't feel like a crazy person. I just feel like a person who's sitting there being crazy. This is... This is like being an average woman on Twitter. I mean on Tinder, right? And just absolute fucking psychos keep on swiping right on you. And then like your hot friends 5 years later are being like, wow, Tinder's full of fucking psychos. And you're sitting there like, yeah, that's what I've been saying. Jesus Christ. Fuck. God damn it. Bellator's another UE5 MMO slop. Shit. Didn't seem to offer anything original, so probably dead in a month or 2. Fuck, it never stops, does it? It never stops.
And again, this has 11 likes so far. It'll come out and it'll fail within a week like all the other cookie cutter Korean MMOs that have released. MMO genre needs to go in another direction. Action, combat, and good MMOs just don't go together. Yay, another last gen MMO that isn't gonna make it whoop whoop. Oh boy, why are devs burning money for meh products? I went back to Final Fantasy XIV for my MMO itch. Just another MMO that will die and be forgotten. Korean MMOs means dead game after 3 to 6 months, and making new MMO cash grabs the same way. Time will answer for you. Honestly,
I wish he was wrong, but that guy's not wrong.
I don't trust any MMOs that are coming next, but sure, I'll try it if I can. I think Chrono Odyssey finally killed people's hype for any MMORPG that hasn't been played and tested yet, at least for the next few years. Man, I can't wait for the plethora of bugs, unbalanced everything, and my favorite, the mounds and mounds of unnecessary microtransactions and pay-to-win mechanics. After Chrono Odyssey,
God damn, it just never stops. Look how fucking jaded they all are. I'm so impressed. And you know what happens next? They're gonna continue eating shit. It doesn't stop here. They're not gonna... What, you think they're gonna stop playing these games and buying them? Not a fucking chance. They say all of this, they complain, but they're gonna go right back to it.
I don't trust anything that isn't actual gameplay. It's a Korean MMO, that means it's more than likely not going to look good. 99% will be a pay-to-win in disguise, so must not get hyped. Korean MMOs are soulless grinding unless you're willing to use the ultimate cat or the ultimate credit cards. I've already lost hope with MMOs, especially for ones made with Stutter Engine 5. Like, dude, it is unbelievable. These are just a handful of comments. There are hundreds, legitimately hundreds in the last 2 weeks alone, thousands over the last few months. I've gone on Reddit, I've gone on Twitter, I've made tweets, I'm a part of several MMO communities, and the general consensus, as much as I hate to admit it, is that after Chrono Odyssey I think did irreparable damage to the genre. Not that
I don't think Chrono Odyssey did irreparable damage to the genre. I think they were just a nail in the coffin. I think they were just the straw that broke the camel's back, if I'm being honest. If you read what people write and say in the quarterly reports and the shareholders meetings, the Korean suits all have this mindset where how good as a company you are depends on how many new MMOs you can crank out. Keep that in mind when you see pump and dump MMOs like Chrono Odyssey. Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. So basically, it's a bunch of retards in control of what happens next, and they keep on being retarded. And then we're supposed to be surprised.
It can't come back from this. It most definitely can, and that's not to say Chrono Odyssey is a bad game, but what they showed us and what we got was such a contrasting difference that ultimately people have finally been burned one too many times. Now, hype for MMOs, new MMOs, is at an all-time low. People just aren't really excited anymore. And after playing the content creator test environment for Chrono Odyssey and being as arguably disappointed as I was, Mrs. Stinks, she did a video and she wasn't as disappointed as me. She had a lot of issues with it, definitely, and she found or had very significant criticisms of the game, but she wasn't as critical of it as I was. I would have rated the beta like a 3 out of 10 because it was really unfinished. But
Damn, not even I rated that low. I would rate Chrono Odyssey as a 4 out of 10. Not acceptable. But I feel like there's something there they could do to make it acceptable. But maybe I've just been in this abusive relationship with MMOs for so long that I'm starting to enjoy the beatings. Let's go back to Maple Story. I wish you were joking. Moonstone, I wish you were joking.
I personally was beyond understandably disappointed with that. And I, like many of you, are at a point where I feel like the genre is just pushing out, and this also applies to upcoming MMOs like Ashes, like Ion 2, like Arcade, whatever they call themselves now, like Arcade Chronicles, the Riot MMOs. This applies to every single MMO. People are getting, or they were at the very least getting excited, but as time continues to go on, we continue to get more and more disappointed. Before we go any further, I do want to take a moment here to thank all of my incredible patrons over on Patreon and my YouTube channel members who allow for me to continue to do dedicated videos like this every single day. You guys are absolutely phenomenal, and I genuinely cannot thank you all enough for the support. Every new MMO that has released since I think Lost Ark has flopped horrifically, and like I'm really excited for Blue Protocol Star Resonance. That's why I'm still actively covering it on this channel.
Blue Protocol Star Resonance is just going to be Blue Protocol all over again, and it's going to be in the same place that Blue Protocol was. I'm not excited for that at all. It's just going to be a first-person ARPG.
I played the Chinese beta test for it twice. I'm going to be playing the global beta test for it. I've dedicated videos coming on it, but even Blue Protocol Star Resonance, I think, is going to underperform and underwhelm people.
It's dog
Not because
shit.
it's a bad game. It's actually probably the most fun I've had in an MMO in a while. Like recently I played Crystal of Outlawn. Man, that was a disappointment. I left that in like 48 hours, less than 48 hours, because of how horribly predatory it was, even though it was ultimately at the same time kind of a fun game. But I think even Blue Protocol Star Resonance is going to underperform because people have this expectation now. You need to be an incredible MMO to redirect attention away from the currently established existing monoliths of the genre. So right now we have
Well, yeah, you have to be.
Force 2, great game. Black Desert Online, 10 years later, still has yet to be dethroned in terms of combat, in terms of graphics. What?
In terms of ass, that's the only thing BDO's got going through it. It's a softcore porn game. You stop playing Guild Wars 2 to jack off to BDO for 10 minutes and then you go back. That's you bust 3 nuts and you're back into Guild Wars 2.
But Throne Liberty missed the mark. Really missed the mark there. Then we have Final Fantasy XIV, the second biggest MMO in the genre. And then we have World of Warcraft. These are games that have decades of content, so much life to them, so much polish, and every MMO right now just, they give us this beautiful, shiny trailer, and we're all just like, wow, it looks so good.
And it's all a fucking lie. It's all a lie. It's like a push-up bra. She takes it off, and her fucking tits hit her kneecaps. And you're just so mad about it.
And then we play it, and it's just like, what happened? Like, we're at a point now, genuinely, where gacha games are producing trailers, high-quality game trailers, and then releasing high-quality products. Wuthering Waves, which is the gacha game that is playing in the background, has absolutely redefined gacha and redefined cross-platform PC mobile gaming. This game is now...
I've heard that I have heard this adjacently from people who have played Wuthering Waves, that Wuthering Waves has dethroned Genshin Impact, but I don't know how true that is because I don't play any of these games.
Better looking than the vast majority of MMOs coming out. It looks better than Chrono Odyssey. It looks better than Blue Protocol Star Res.
It certainly looks better than fucking Blue Protocol, that's for sure.
It looks better than Dungeon Fighter Overkill. These games are just... They are so much fun, and they're incredibly casual. You can play them for 5 minutes or 5 hours. There are constant updates, so many things to see and do. And, you know, that isn't to say that they're better than MMOs like WoW or Final Fantasy XIV. A lot of people, they're not. No, what it is saying is that nowadays, games like this, games like Zenless Zone Zero, are actually better than the MMO alternatives. That players now are just not excited for MMOs. And it's like, it's surreal to be in the genre for 8 entire years creating content and to see it just continue to stagnate. The pool of content creators is decreasing. The overall viewership for MMO videos and MMO content creators is decreasing.
How many content creators have completely left MMOs behind at this point? Asmongold won't even fucking touch an MMO at this point. Most of the surviving ones moved over to old school RuneScape. Others have escaped the gaming genre entirely. How many old school people are left? Josh Strafe Hayes? And who else? Gacha games are shit and extremely boring for me. All are the same. Yeah, they're all like gambling simulators to me, but it seems like everyone would rather play a gambling simulator than ever touch an MMO. Like, who's left? Who's been doing this for a long time? Waydot? I can accept Waydot as an answer. Lazy Peon? I can't count Lazy Peon. That dude just disappeared to Thailand. Started fighting people. That man was so upset with MMOs, he started fighting people in Thailand. Okay? That's how much it fucked him up. I still think MMOs need to die altogether for something real to emerge. Probably. Lazy Peon is on his sex tourism arc. He's living the life. You know what? Be as mad at him as you want for his content. He's living the fucking life right now. what LP fighting people. You don't know he started Muay Thai and he started fighting people in rings because that's how miserable MMOs made him. It's the only way he could like deal with it. It was getting beaten, like getting punched in the fucking head. It felt better than playing MMOs.
New MMOs get announced, people go, it's gonna shut. It's gonna EOS in like a year.
Force is kind of like on the survival game arc right now. Every MMO he mentions is not really an MMO a lot of the time. I feel like even he's like slowly trying to transition his content out of MMOs.
Gameplay looks crap, graphics look crap, and that's all true. Because at the end of the day, like, you know, in a lot of instances, it's true. It's sad. And I don't see, I genuinely hope I'm wrong, but I just don't see it getting better. I really don't. It's so sad because I'm covering all these new MMOs, I'm doing new videos on all these MMOs, and like so few people are actually excited for them.
No one cares.
Like, I'm not going to stop covering them. I don't want to leave the genre. I know a lot of us don't want to leave the genre, but there really isn't a lot going on right now, especially for those of us that are disappointed with like Final Fantasy XIV's Dawntrail expansion, have finished all the War Within content in WoW and don't play really any other MMOs. It's a barren wasteland, and there really isn't anything in the immediate future that looks like that'll really make a change. I mean, Blue Protocol, sure. I'll enjoy that for a week, maybe a month, however long it takes to get through all the content, but like maybe Dungeon Fighter Overkill as well. Again, if there's one thing that this Chrono Odyssey debacle has taught us, it is that nowadays people are going to look at trailers for MMOs and go, nope. Although actually, no, I do take that back. I am excited still for 2 upcoming MMOs. 2 that I genuinely do think have the potential. Let's
see how hard he's about to get his shit pushed in. If he says Blue Protocol, man, this guy's gonna, man, he might actually neck himself. He might actually throw himself out of the 3rd story window. Because all recent MMOs are shitty cash grabs, so people are burnt out. Absolutely. The whole genre's gone to shit because a bunch of manipulative pieces of trash keep making fucking garbage games or pretending they're MMOs when they're not.
To redefine the genre, to actually make a dent, and to have some form of substance. I have 2 videos on those coming up over the next month. I would strongly urge you to take a look at those, or to at the very least wait for those. But what do you think? Are people, is everyone just kind of losing hope? Are people now looking at MMOs and just completely writing them off? Is that what you're doing? I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have.
Yes, I did.
And I know your first reaction is to close out of it at this
Yes,
juncture.
you're right. It is. I'm glad he knows me.